Hello, and this will be a demonstration of Maya customization and a few tools, mostly animator related. I'd like to thank Factor 5 for letting me show some of the work we've done in-house here. And we'll start by how it's all configured. At the bottom of the file menu, you have an option box. The option box includes all of your customization options, custom shelves, custom menus, Perforce integration to be automatic or manual. You can load menus in as you want. We publish all these menus in Perforce, so depending on your job and what you need, you can only load what's needed. You have a project menu where you can choose if you're working on multiple projects, and then depending on your project, the interface will build a dynamic menu of all the characters within that project. It will recursively scan through all the directories, find the characters, and then you can select it and it will do all the referencing options for you, so you don't have to set options or make any mistakes when referencing. It definitely simplifies that task. It's easy to see all the characters available. This is the Superman character who I spent a lot of time working on recently. Then the project got canceled when Brash tanked, but this reflects a lot of the work we did in Lair, as well as, and then improved it further in Superman. All of our characters have a high-speed proxy mode, which I like a lot. It allows you to go between color and a rigidly bound high-speed mesh. Very useful for when you have multiple characters on screen, if efficiency is an issue. The high-speed proxy mesh also allows you to select in the interface or via my favorite tool, the picker function. And this picker is great because you can select in the UI or in the picker interface, and in both cases what's selected will be highlighted green. So I'm selecting spine elements, shoulder elements in the UI or in the picker. In both cases, it's highlighted in both instances, so you can use it both as a feedback mechanism or as an active mechanism for actually doing the selection. Very handy, so you know exactly what's selected. You're a little less blind. You know exactly what on the character is selected at all times just by looking in the interface. It's all very fast. It's actually using a script node to highlight the elements that you need, as well as keep the picker updated on every selection change. It's really nice. One thing that's great is something that John Scrow at LucasArts helped add on this tool is a left-right ability, so that when the character is facing you, you can actually switch so that the left side elements, like his arm selected, show up on the right side of the UI facing you like the character would. Very handy to be able to switch that. And we also have the yellow buttons, which allow you to select groups at a time, like the spine here. You have them for the legs in FK, or the arms. The spine chain allows you to select all at the same time. Saves a little bit of time for commonly used groups, chains that are selected often together. Spine elements, FK elements, fingers. And in addition to the left-right symmetry that almost everybody uses, very nice Maya feature to allow it to do that automatically, I also like to incorporate up and down symmetry in characters. The pelvis and spine are complementary in Y and Z, and in X they have the same rotation. This allows you to line up curves much more naturally in the same way you would left-right, and allows a character to be moved in a natural way, up-down as well as left and right. Much easier to transfer and save animations. So I'm just going to zero the character out here and show you the some of the other tools we have in the interface, notably FK-IK switching. Before I do that, let's look at the finger elements. This is actually the first part of this was what motivated this picker interface. Since finger elements are often very hard to select individually, this interface allows you to select, with the yellow buttons, commonly used groups, either all of the same joint elements of a finger or all the elements within a finger. All the buttons in the picker have shift and control context, just like Maya, so you can select and deselect, and shift select to add more elements. You can control select to remove elements. And even the all button has the same context, whereas if I hit shift all, it will select it will select the complement of the previous selection set. So it's quick to find everything else that hasn't been keyed yet or everything else that you need to fine tune the movement for. It's all universal within the buttons. Within the yellow, the shift and control contexts work the same way. And so yeah, now to the FK-IK switching. FK switching from IK to FK is always a pretty trivial match. You just match the joints to the exact same position. This also has tight FK to IK switching. The pose that you achieve in any FK chain, whether it's arms or legs, can then be matched to on the bottom with the FK to IK, and that will then snap the IK chain into position, select all the elements within the IK control, and then you're animating FK. It'll select everything ready to be keyed. It does no auto keying for you, but it allows you it selects everything so you're ready to key, and then you can switch back to FK, animate from that point. Everything is selected. You can key it and animate away, switch back to IK, and off you go. Very handy to do clean matching in both directions.